Hello, Carrots here. Welcome to part 38 of the 30 grandchildren badge attempt. We have two couples getting ready to hopefully get married at some stage in this episode. This is Megan and Mark, and they're on a date, and they're getting along very nicely.
Bam, squazzy.
But they're doing a lot of flirting. We'll meet up with the second couple shortly.
No good, Debbie.
It was a dip kiss.
Aglu, Levi?
Quajo.
So that's official. They're boyfriend and girlfriend now.
Faro and pizza.
Pasto si. Wastu kibozo. Wang zaila yando.
Warbla. Ovenivav.
Bantrig.
Do funable.
All we need from them now is a proposal of marriage. So where are they going together? Oh, they're going to watch the stars together. That's good. They're in the dome. They can see the stars through the clear walls of the dome. That didn't last long. I thought that there's so many wonderful insects there that for them to catch, that they could sell them to help with their money problems when they get married. They're not even engaged yet, but I'm sure they will get married. So we've got Megan catching will-o'-the-wisps and fireflies, and I'll get Mark onto it shortly as well. Megan already has a good collecting skill. I don't think Mark's done any collecting yet. He was made especially for Megan, so she would be able to get married and have lots of babies. They need to have at least 2 after the final siblings in Megan's family are married. There's 15 of them altogether, and we need 30 grandchildren for Gerri, their mother. So everybody needs to have at least 2. We'll leave her collecting, and Mark will do some collecting as well, but it's time to go back to the main house and see what's going on there. The next morning, after Megan and Mark had had a good sleep, they were back at home, and Latoya was doing her usual fun thing, trying to break space rocks. She loves to break space rocks. She's got quite an audience. She can see there's a lot of gems there, so she's broken a few. Oh, look, there's another one broken. There's Megan in the back there clapping, and the blonde chap on this side is Lionel, who Latoya is about to get married to, if we can just get them engaged first. And the one over near the window, that's Chris, and he is the future spouse of Constance, the younger sister of Latoya and Megan. Constance will be travelling to the Great Southern Land to meet her future spouse shortly, and she'll be joined by her other siblings who haven't been married yet, Joni and Kendall. There'll be 3 of them coming to this household in a future episode. Possibly even they might arrive at the end of this episode. Depends how quickly we can get the 2 couples that are currently going to get married. If we can get their wedding over and done with and settled into their home fairly quickly, well, then we can introduce the next 3 to their future spouses and see how we go. So there are Latoya and Lionel having a chat. They've decided to go out on a date. It's night time, and they've headed off to the festival grounds. See what they can get up to there. Oh, so watching the stars together does seem like fun. At least they've also chosen a spot which will give them a great view of the sky. Oh, gonna sit closer together, snuggle up a bit.
baby Blanc.
That was funny.
Wait. Oh, Tevelgla.
Oh,
But eventually, they just had to get up and move on and do something a little different. And I think it was time for icy cones. There they are, sitting there together, each eating their ice cream. And soon it was time to take a romantic photo together.
Oh, Quelbus.
Tev, Niv, Vika, Teslak.
So warm. So. Sansi Frizz. Nakudu.
Lukash.
Plu, Joe Haba. Iba Lathonkus. Isando.
Gwesh.
They do seem to be having an enjoyable date and getting to know each other very nicely and happily together.
Larcha.
Kusa Thika. Lina da Koni.
Mamudik Va.
Snurtsa.
Oh.
Rug.
Largy. Yes.
Sumph.
Erfna. Gava, Biff.
Jarias.
Oh.
Hanu. Krimbo.
Larshna.
Well, Latoya and Lionel's date seems to be going very well. They are getting along wonderfully together.
Lurg.
I think we'd better go and check and see what Megan and Mark are up to. So they're back at home, and Megan had a great desire to learn a new piece on the piano, and Mark is watching her and enjoying the music and thinking, what a talented young woman he's met up with. He's just got to see how he can be spending the rest of his life with this girl. But they're not alone. Clara is sitting on a chair just near the piano, and she's catching up on the reading she needs to get done. Now, the main reason we have a garden on this lot is so that the Sims can learn the gardening skill. But sometimes they don't really need to learn much more of their skill, but the gardening still needs to be done. They only are required to get to level 7 in gardening, and both of this pair are already at level 7. Now, Cameron has a wish to grow a forbidden fruit, and I've decided to let him do that. So that's what he's doing at the moment. He's working on the science machine. He is trying an experiment to convert a seed into a forbidden fruit seed. He's only new to the household, but he's already got his gardening skill up to level 8, and his fishing is level 5, and he's got 3 levels of skill in cooking. So he doesn't have a lot of recipes he needs to learn unless he learns more cooking. So he's almost ready to go home and get into his own house in Cake Island, because he's one of the imaginary friends made real. He's not going to be getting married, but I thought it wouldn't hurt if he's got a plant sim to accompany him back home to Cake Island. Could be a bit of fun adding a few extra plant sims to the world. And once he's got his forbidden fruit seed, he will plant it in the garden and grow it, and I'm hoping that he will pick a baby. Plant sim baby. So here he is, he's got his seed.
Oh, Makimi.
He's going to plant it right there. We've got another imaginary friend made real who is going to do the same thing, and that is Lucy. She's the evil one with the long red hair. Have to have a couple of plant sims running around the world. Actually, we do have one there already, little Alice. She is the daughter of Alicia. Now, Mark and Megan have headed off to the beach for a date. I thought we'd go here because we haven't gone to the beach before. Things between them seem to be progressing nicely. Lots of flirting and talking and kissing and cuddling going on. Everything seems to be going swimmingly.
Odate.
Radashe.
Takuv, love.
Nonsorn.
Turglav.
So they're going to indulge in some more stargazing. There's the lighthouse in the distance there. Now Latoya and Lionel are also on a date, so I think we should go and check and see what they're up to. Leave this pair here to stargaze alone. Oh my goodness. Latoya and Lionel are at the dome, and instead of romancing upstairs amongst all the magical things that are up there, they've come down to the basement and they're in the kitchen cooking. There's a grill down here and they're busily making food, and of course there's no fridge to put it away in. This is a community lot. There are other Sims wandering around. They'll just have to eat whatever it is they've prepared, and leftovers will just have to sit on the bench there and hope somebody else eats them or cleans up after them. So Lionel's finished cooking whatever it was that he prepared, and now Latoya is going to cook something. Let's hope they don't go into a cooking bee and just constantly cook, because Lionel's got his one plate of an 8-serving dish, and I expect Latoya is going to be doing another 8-serving dish, and she'll take one plate of that, and the rest of it will be left to be fed to the flies, unless somebody else comes along and helps themselves. Might just leave them to it and go back and check to see what Megan and Mark are up to, and if they are still watching the stars. But no, they're not. They're playing in the ocean. What fun. Now this is where my delight in bugs in the game take over a bit, and there is a little bug where when they talk to each other and they're standing in the ocean like this, they will suddenly stand on top of the water, and I just couldn't resist. There he goes, he's up. Both of them together now are standing on the water. They're just having a little flirt.
Arsna. See us.
Keeping them from this angle is barely possible to work out that they're actually standing on top of the water. But let's spin it around a bit and you'll suddenly notice that, oh yes, they're way up on top of the water. They're a long way from their shadows. Now what would be fun is if he decides to propose to her. I'm wondering what it would look like to have a proposal on top of the water. That would be really entertaining. They're staring to each other's eyes, and here is a massage.
Oh, Clark.
Oh, that was good. Little flirt. Oh. Oh, it's gonna happen. Look at that. Never seen a proposal while I'm standing on the water before. This is a magical proposal. And she didn't even splash. I was wondering what would happen. It was something new to me. Here we are back at this pair cooking. Oh, and somebody else has come along, cleaning up after them. And there's 2 plates full of food there, ready to go and get fed to the fly. Oh, 3 plates full. There's another lot on the table. They're back to their date. Some more time to be spent watching the stars together. They're looking out the windows, through the dome's glass walls. Oh, let's get close and snuggle up together and whisper in each other's ears. We just need one more proposal. Let's hope it's coming soon. At least whatever they've got planned won't be interrupted by them needing to eat, because they shouldn't be hungry after all they've just eaten. It looks to me as though Lionel might have something on his mind. There's a dip kiss after a little flirt. Oh, and red flowers. This is a memorable evening. And a cuddle. Little whisper in the ear. Oh, it's happening. Is she going to say yes? Oh, what excitement. At least this one's all dry. They're not on the water. So exciting. We've done it. They're both now engaged to be married, both couples. So the next thing we've got to do is have a double wedding. So we'll leave them there to watch the stars together and plan their wedding. We'll go back home to see what's happening there. So Lucy is using the science machine to turn one of her seeds into a forbidden fruit seed, which she has a wish to plant. Lucy is the evil imaginary sim made real, and her previous owner was Joni, and Joni is going to be coming here to get married to Jack in the next episode, or she might even arrive at the end of this episode. Who knows? Depends how long it takes to get the weddings done, because we've got 2 weddings being planned right now, and we will see the weddings in this episode. And she's got it. She's going to have to keep it in her pocket though, because we've got a wedding that's beginning any minute now. A double wedding. Both couples are there waiting for the ceremonies to begin. And it looks like their guests have mostly all arrived as well. We're going to see Mark and Megan get married first. And they'll cut their cake. And then it will be Latoya and Lionel's turn.
Whoa! Atrion!
You be Hiltla. Wagno!
Tickle, blue.
Well, I would have preferred that they stayed in the wedding venue to have their cake, but they've all decided, or a lot of them have decided to head off to the grill where Latoya and Lionel were cooking earlier. As soon as Latoya has eaten the cake, she's the second bride, so we'll get the second wedding started then. Fortunately, a few of the guests have decided to eat at the table provided. Let's hope they don't all go home before the second wedding has a chance to begin. And so there's Clara having the last word to Latoya before Lionel comes and tells her it's time for them to start their ceremony.
PJ?
Blusha! Javaz! Videsh?
Gerri, yes.
Oh. Whip that charming dog!
Adi, Anubab.
So now most of them have eaten 2 pieces of wedding cake. I wonder what will happen with the third wedding if they had to have 3 pieces of wedding cake. We might have a lot of very large Sims leaving the ceremony. It's time for the dancing now. So we'll enjoy a little bit of dancing and then they'll head off home to Cake Island 2, where the 2 couples will each move into their own home. If 2 houses have been selected for them, opposite the 2 houses for the previous 2 couples have moved into, and they're side by side. Final 3 are going to have an interesting time trying to find somewhere to live, but I'm sure we'll find them a spot. So now both of the bridal couples are now on the floor and having their dance to celebrate their wedding. We'll see what happens when the guests get up to dance. I just had a quick look and it seems that most of the guests have already left. There's only one couple likely to join them on the dance floor, and that is the evil Klaus Warner and poor Clarice. We're going to have to operate on her traits in the next episode. She can't continue being insane and unstable, but there she is. She's joining him now to dance. Klaus and Clara, the only wedding guests left to help the 2 couples celebrate their wedding. And they seem to be dancing and having some fun. However, it's time for the 2 bridal couples to head home to Cake Island 2. And Latoya is going to calling the travel agent to book their flights home, while Lionel is going to go and have a little chat with that paparazzi who's just turned up. So this is it. Bye-bye, everybody. We're going home now to our new houses in Cake Island 2. And here they are, settled in at home in their identical houses side by side in Buttercream Lane. And there are Latoya and Lionel watching the stars together in their own home. I've gone through both houses and upgraded the kitchen appliances and beds and bathroom facilities, and I've added playground equipment for their future children. So we're back in the main household now. This is Gerri's place. There's only Gerri with 3 of her children who are now young adults. And there is Joni. She's calling up the travel agent, and they're all about to head for the Great Southern Land, where they will meet and marry their future spouses, Joe, Chris and Karen. We're going to send Joni, Constance and Kendall. That's Joni and Kendall there. Constance is in the house somewhere. So off they go. They're heading off now to the Great Southern Land. When they arrived in the Great Southern Land and moved into the main household there, they discovered that Jack and Chris, as well as the 2 imaginary friends, Cameron and Bruce, had all gone to the beach. So Joni decided that she was not going to sit at home waiting, so she headed off to the beach to meet her future husband. And there he is, and she is making her way towards him. She picked him out immediately. So they're about to meet each other for the first time ever. And he's standing on water. So is she.
Okay.
Things are looking hopeful. There's only 4 males left in the household, I think. That's Jack and Chris, who are the 2 future spouses, and the 2 imaginary friends, Cameron and Bruce. And so all 4 of them are here at the beach. The other Sims in the household at the moment are, of course, Joni and Kendall and Constance, who have just arrived, plus the 3 imaginary friends, Lucy, Rachel and Clara, as well as Karen, who is the future wife of Kendall. So Joni's decided to join them and go swimming as well. So that's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Give it a like if you have enjoyed it, and if you don't want to miss the next episode and you haven't subscribed yet, it would be a really good idea to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now, and happy simming.